Hey everyone, it is Sarah, and today I'm going to share 8 places that you can't miss here in Queens. In this short guide, I'm going to cover 8 places that you should not miss in Queens. However, there is a ton to see here, so if you enjoy this guide, give this video a like and subscribe so I know to make more videos like this. Queens is New York City's largest borough. In fact, if Queens were to succeed from the rest of New York, it would be the 4th largest city in the United States. And that isn't the only shocking fact about Queens. Did you know it is the most diverse area in the world? Here you have a population of 2.3 million people from more than 225 countries speaking over 200 different languages. It is no wonder that the 7 train has been nicknamed the International Express. Queens County was established in 1683 as one of the original 12 counties of the colony of New York. It was named for Catherine of Braganza, the Portuguese Queen of England's King Charles II. I'm here today at the Queens Botanical Gardens. Now this is in Flushing, Queens. Flushing, Queens was New York's first nursery. It started in 1730 and this whole area was all marshland. We're just gonna check it out and explore the grounds. They look really beautiful. We're here in November. It's like a beautiful day. So the flowers aren't blooming, but normally, you know, if you come here in the spring, summer, they will be. So let's go check it out. You know, as I'm walking through here, I'm seeing all the colorful leaves on the trees. Peak in New York City is normally like mid-October to the end of October, but you can see here, look at how beautiful these trees are. I mean, you still have that beautiful color. So this is also a good place to come during autumn. So ideally, I would say like spring, and which is more like May-ish, and October. Best time. I'm really surprised because even though it is almost Thanksgiving, there's still flowers here. And these roses smell so good. Even if you come here mid-November, there's still flowers. But as I'm walking through here, I'm seeing there's tons of different types of gardens. There's an herb garden, a rose garden, there's a wedding garden, and all of them have different themes. So it's pretty cool to just kind of walk around and explore here at the Queens Botanical Garden. Okay, tucked between a bridal shop, a sari shop, and under a sign for money transfer, you will find Lhasa Fast Food. This is Jackson Heights' secret Tibetan restaurant. It took me a while to find this place, but it's definitely worth it. This is a spot Anthony Bourdain even came to. So we're gonna have some delicious food today. I'm gonna bring you along with me. Let me show you how to get here because it is a little challenging. So the trick is you're gonna look for the sign that says probably money transfer. Then you're gonna come in here to this hallway that it really doesn't look like there's anything here, but you'll notice there's a sign that said Lhasa Fast Food. That's how you know you're in the right place. So then you come this way. I know it looks a little sketchy, trust me. The good spots sometimes are not fancy. It's worth it. And voila, you are here. And you know it's Tibetan because of the Tibetan flags, and you have the Dalai Lama up there. The smells are so incredible in here. Food has arrived, and I did not expect it to look this beautiful from a place that just looks so simple. I got 3 dishes here. This one is their most famous. This is momo. This is a juicy pleated beef dumpling seasoned with Sichuan peppercorn, celery, ginger, and garlic. I'm just gonna try it plain, although we have like the yummy little soy sauce to add on if we want to. Look at that. I love how they serve it too. So the outside of these dumplings is made with a rice flour, which gives it a really nice chew in your mouth. And if you've ever had a soup dumpling, that's kind of what the inside tastes like. It's really juicy and savory. You get a lot of really nice spices in there. Next up, I have sushi la feng. This is a interpretation of sushi that the owner created. So this is made with a yellow mung bean noodle that is seasoned with garlic and roasted chili. So most likely this will be very spicy compared to the last dish. Let's give it a try. Love the flavors. They're not messing around with spice here in Tibet, I'll tell you that much. If you can't handle spicy food, this is not the place to come. If you love spicy food, Ooh, you're gonna love this spot, I'll tell you what. Really yummy. For my preference, I think I'd prefer it a little bit less spicy, but still really delicious, and it's very unique. I've never had a dish like this, so I really feel like I'm experiencing Tibet in New York, and that's the cool thing about New York. You know, we have so many cultures here. Let's try the last dish, which already I'm terrified of because of how red it is and how hot the last dish was. This last dish is a fried beef with garlic and chilies. It is super red, and I just see the spice all over it, so I probably will have to like RIP after this, but you know what, let's try it. Wish me luck. That's not as spicy to me as the last one. This one has oh, it's coming now. No, but it's still not as spicy. It has like a peppercorn flavor almost compared to the last one, which is more of like a, if you've had kimchi, the last dish was more of like a kimchi spice. This is more of like a peppercorn spice, this red dish. They added some cilantro and green onions to the top of the dish, which kind of helps balance the spice. It adds that freshness. Really yummy. If you've never had Tibetan food, highly recommend coming and checking out this spot. Anthony Bourdain was here. That's how you know it's legit. And it's a really good price, by the way. It's under $20 for all this stuff. If you love shopping, then you need to come here to Astoria to a trifecta of awesome shops called Lockwood. What is so special about this spot? Well, everything in here is made by local artists, many of which are in Queens, New York, Brooklyn, all that local area. There's a lot of cool Queens like memorabilia, I guess you could say, like different cards and just different cool gifts that say like Astoria or Queens or different areas within Queens, and it's just a lot of really fun gift options. So if you want to get someone like the perfect gift, or you're looking for a great holiday gift, because this video will be coming out before the holidays, right now they have a holiday market in the back of Lockwood Homes. It's a very popular spot. They also have Lockwood paper, and then they have Lockwood style, which is more like fashion. Paper is more like cards, just like gift wrap, stationery, things like that. Yeah, check it out if you like shopping. Located in Astoria, Queens, you're gonna find my favorite museum in the whole city. I'm not kidding. I used to live right around the corner from the Museum of Moving Image. I would come here all the time. This museum is unique because it's the country's only museum dedicated to moving image in all types: art, history, technique, technology. You'll find it all here. And the cool thing about this spot, in addition to all the stuff you'll learn, is it's very interactive. As someone who's a video producer, I love the ability to get my hands in there. And here, you can actually make your own film. They have an editing booth, they have a sound booth, they have all these different things that you can actually like make your own movies. It's really cool. Also, if you just like behind the scenes of movies, they have a lot of props from old movies, classic movies, costumes. It's an awesome spot for a movie lover. And right now it is closed for COVID, but they will reopen once it's safe. They do have an online experience, and you can see some of their programming at the Queens Drive-In. But definitely check this spot out. It is a spot you cannot miss here in Queens. One of the most fascinating secrets of Queens is that the world's largest rooftop soil farm is here. It's called Brooklyn Grand and supplies some of the best restaurants in the city with their fresh produce, such as Gramercy Tavern and Balthazar. And no, the name suggests that it's in Brooklyn. It's actually in Queens, so don't get confused. They have 3 locations, so one is in Brooklyn, but the place I'm talking about here in this video is in Queens. And they offer private tours of the space and cool events like dinners on the rooftop in the summer. Subscribe to their newsletter to learn more about the next event or to plan a visit. One of my favorite places in Queens is Gantry State Park right here. You see the Pepsi-Cola sign? That's where the walkway begins, and you can walk along the water. It's absolutely beautiful views of the city of Manhattan And they have a bar, they have like restaurants along it. It's also great for kids, by the way. They have like playgrounds and you can have a picnic there. That's actually one of probably my favorite things to do there. You just like get some sushi. I recommend Habino. It's right nearby. And then you put your little picnic blanket out and you enjoy the most epic views of the Manhattan skyline. So don't miss that spot, especially at sunset. And if you can, go all the way to the edge because there's like this secret trail that goes through the marshes and it kind of feels like you're in like a forest or something. So check it out. Don't want to miss this spot. Now you know I love my cheeses, so I couldn't leave out Murray's Cheeses. Their new flagship location was just moved to Long Island City this year, and they have a special thing. It's not just a cheese shop. Yes, it does have a cheese shop right on this side, but on this side, there's actually a cheese-themed restaurant. They have cheese pairings. They also have a full bar, and you can order a plethora of delicious main courses that are featuring different cheeses, all expertly prepared. Now, if you want to pick up some cheeses while you're there, just literally walk a few feet this way and you're in their cheese shop where they have over 400 different types of cheeses from around the world. And that's not the only thing about Murray's in Long Island City. They also have their cheese caves here. And this was a really cool experience that I did with Louie. We actually went on a cheese cave tour where you get to go into their cheese caves and you get to try their cheeses, you get to see how they make their cheeses, and then you have a whole class with a cheesemongerer. It's a really cool experience and definitely something you can't miss here in Queens. If you are a beer lover, then one place you can't miss here in Queens is Long Island City. There are so many breweries here, and one of the ones you must visit is this one, Rockaway Brewing Co. This was actually the first brewery in Queens, and it was started by a group of friends who would home brew right after going surfing, and to have that nice fresh beer, they just started making it in their backyard, and soon they thought, this beer's pretty good, why don't we sell it? And so they opened Rockaway Brewing Co. right here in Long Island City. You can come and get beer on tap, or you can buy bottles to go. Another cool thing is right across the street they have a parking lot where they have a lot of live music and comedy shows. This is especially good for COVID because you need to be like outside socializing. And upstairs they have a room filled with games. So it's a great spot to come and hang out with a bunch of friends. If you're a beer lover, what are you waiting for? Check out Rockaway Brewing Co. And those are some of the amazing things that you can't miss when you're here in Queens, my home borough. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos on New York City and travel, give me a subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Sarah Funky, and I will see you next time. Bye.